made me wonder how we got this far.
Cause I don't really need to wonder at all. Cause after all this time, I'm still into you. My name is Claire.
And Molly.
And this is
Book Stupid.
Hi.
Hi. I haven't seen you all day.
Not true. We spent all day together.
That's true. It was a really lovely Sunday, even though we both poisoned ourselves last night.
We poisoned ourselves separately, which is so rare.
So rare, yeah.
But yeah, we each had different events.
Yeah.
I like just alluding to
your events.
Yeah.
How many events did you have yesterday?
Only one. Thank you for asking. Only, yeah. I mean, I guess the question is, what is an event?
Totally, because I think I had two, but like one kind of transitioned into the other with many of the same players. You know,
I think you had two events. No,
different location, different primary occupation.
Yeah, different.
I'd say I had two events and some new people.
Right. That might be the definition of a new event. Did you add new people?
Or subtract people.
Or did you like sort of ghost people?
Right. Because I think if we had a party, but then it's only the intimate friends for the afters, that's a distinct event.
For sure. I agree.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
We're aligned.
And that's the Book Stupid
event
taxonomy. Event guide. That's actually perfect because we've been promising like an event manual. It should just be a definition of an event, not how to make it nice.
Yeah, because we don't really know.
We got you. Should have hired a lawyer. We gave you an event guide. It was a definition, but whatever.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
So yeah, what's going on with you?
Well, my first event was lovely. It was an engagement party. Like it was really a moving party, but then they got engaged the week before, so it was like a really exciting.
It was kind of like a ruse.
Combo. But I'd still just call it one event
for sure,
even though it had multiple purposes.
Let's add that to the definition. Even and again, it is event celebrates multiple things. It is one event.
That's one event.
Yeah.
Thank God we went to law school.
Thank God.
We need to be thorough in our contracts.
Yes.
My second event though was to watch the first game of the next playoffs. I actually didn't go. I was thinking about it because they give a good T-shirt the first game of the playoffs.
Oh, you were thinking about attending the game.
Attending because it was at the Garden.
Right.
But I didn't on account of my first event. So
that is so the nature of first and second events.
Literally.
Yeah.
It precludes other events that could have been
events that could have been.
And that's actually part. Yeah, that's a whole chapter of our book.
Events you could have had.
Yeah.
If you only managed your time better.
Totally. And I saw the shirt. Because the guy who had gone to the game then showed up at the bar. I had watched the game out just to flaunt his nice shirt.
Yeah.
And it was really good. It was much more graphic this year. I have the shirt from last year and it's like all the players and like it goes pretty hard.
That is a good shirt. I've seen you wear it.
It's a good one. Honestly, it's like the perfect shirt save for it has our old head coach, like Tibbs, in the center of it. And it's like it's like a shirt that aggrandizes the coach. They really put him big in the middle of all the players.
The center is a choice.
Even putting him on the shirt is a choice.
Is weird. It's weird, actually. I think it's weird.
Do I not have enough generosity or grace in my heart for basketball coaches?
Yeah, I think you have plenty. Also, I do think we should explain the phrase generosity for my basketball team, which is something we shockingly haven't really used on the pod, but it is something we say.
Yeah. You use it in a sentence when you want to say, like, hey, walk a mile in my shoes, buddy.
You use it when you're like, You're not being super nice to me given my situation.
If you could just try to exercise some empathy and patience with me, that'd be nice.
But instead, what you say is, you could have a little more generosity for my basketball team, which is the origin of that is from Erin Woods, who has been a guest on the podcast. And she one time, can't even remember the context, but we were being like talking shit about Boston, which is she's from Massachusetts, Worcester. She would be remiss if I didn't say she's from Worcester.
That's right.
And we were just like being really mean about Boston. I think you specifically were like talking a lot about the Knicks and how much you hate the Celtics, and she was like so earnestly was like, it would just be really nice if like you guys could have a little generosity for my basketball team.
And I think I pissed her off too by being like, oh, I like the Sixers just fine. She hates that I like Philly.
Which so many people in your life hate that about you.
Oh, I know. I know.
Having generosity for my basketball team really pisses a lot of people off.
It pisses a lot of people off. Yeah, but it's like perfect canon. Can you show a little generosity for my basketball team?
It just says so much. It really is. I feel like you said it like a week ago, and I hadn't heard it in such a long time, and it made me laugh. And I was like, "Damn, I have missed that phrase."
Welcome home. Have a little generosity for my basketball team.
Welcome back. Have a little generosity for my basketball team. We've missed you.
We've missed you. Thank you for your service.
You have served us well, and you will continue to serve us well.
It's a good phrase. Yeah.
And I do wish people would have a little generosity for my basketball team, which is to just say, just like, be a little nice to me.
I couldn't agree more. You deserve that.
Thank you. Thank you.
What have you been up to? Tell me of your events.
Well, so today, I woke up today, like, at 5:30 a.m., having consumed, like, a great amount of cheese late at night, because I had poisoned myself.
Where did you get it? Taco Bell was the night before. I'm like,
thank you for exposing that. Yeah, Taco Bell was the night before.
Okay, because I was like, Taco Bell's not that cheese forward.
Yeah, no, it wasn't Taco Bell. I don't think I told you what I did. So I poisoned myself at like I was trying to explain it to my mom today, and I was like just so tired, and she was like a booze cruise, and I was like, yeah, sort of, but it was like a self-organized booze cruise on the New York City ferry. Anyway, I got home at like pretty early by my standards, like 11 p.m. and I hadn't eaten dinner, so I ordered from Gracie's Diner. Get out those maps. It's really close to me. But I ordered delivery, and I ordered like chicken fingers, mozzarella sticks, and a giant, and I mean giant, plate of macaroni and cheese.
Oh god.
And that was what really hurt me. And it was like really bad macaroni and cheese. It was like, it tasted like just like they had left out the cheese powder.
Ew.
You know what I mean? It was just like milky noodles.
No. It was a weak sauce.
A weak sauce, thank you.
Yeah.
And I shoveled
Not
it
the
in.
millennial like weak sauce way, but
no, but it did kind of work. I absolutely shoveled it down my gullet, and then at around 5:30 a.m. I woke up with just like bad feelings.
Yeah.
And I thought it was bad feelings going south, poop wise. It turned out it was bad feelings going north. And
Gullet fights back.
Gullet says no to lactose. And I did like projectile vomit at 6 a.m. That's how I started my day. And then I woke up and I was like, oh my god, I am traveling again this week for work. And I was like, I have so many things I have to do before then that I like forgot about until right now. Yeah. So one of them was that I had to go complete my fraud at the Apple store.
Yeah.
Which I just wanted to touch on lightly here because we both sort of dabble in Apple Store fraud, if you don't mind me outing you like that.
No, please. And it's almost always advised by Apple's own employees.
The geniuses are begging you to do fraud.
Totally.
Literally, so
The geniuses.
The geniuses with the genie want you to do fraud. I spilled water on both of my laptops. I brought it into the Apple store like 2 weeks ago, and they were like, oh yeah, girl, this has to be sent. Oh, first what I did, the first fraud that I did was like, you literally were like, add it to your Apple Care. They won't know. And so
Totally.
I added it to my Apple Care, and like 2 days later brought it into the Apple store, and they were like, yeah, we're sending this out, but like you did so much damage to your computer that we are essentially going to have to build you a new one. But don't worry, it's covered by your Apple Care.
But don't worry, we're geniuses.
We're geniuses. And they took off their glasses, and I was like, I already knew you were hot. Don't worry.
And you're beautiful.
And you're beautiful. And they were like, it'll be like $300, so don't even worry. But then I was
computer.
like, new computer. But I was like, I really need my laptop for like my project, which is this. And they were like, the woman literally, she like didn't even blink. She was like, yeah, no, you can probably just go upstairs and buy a laptop and return it. It's fine. And I was like, okay. So I had a new laptop for 2 weeks, but then today I was like, oh my God, if I don't return it to literally today, I have to return it today.
Right.
So anyway, I did that, and all I wanted to just say, like, why is like my interactions with the Genius Bar are like so sexually charged, or is that just me?
No, that doesn't happen for me. I got in a fight the last time I went to the Genius Bar.
Hot.
It wasn't like that.
It wasn't.
You know what they told me. We can't.
We're not allowed to talk about what happened to Molly the last time she went to the Genius Bar, and it's not about the time that she went to the diner. There's another thing she can't talk about.
Yeah. Through what can only be described as my own skill issue. Something bad happened at the Genius Bar.
Something really bad happened at the Genius Bar, and I can't talk about it.
Siege is the only one who knows, and she's the only one who can ever know. She's the only one I can talk about it with.
I have to imagine this is making no sense, but it's so funny to me that like something like this is so real. Molly, something really bad happened in the Apple store. She just can't talk about it.
It's like an emotional barrier. I can't talk about it.
Well, I just couldn't think of everyone there is a lot. Yeah.
And they've reciprocated.
Honestly, I think if I had leaned in even a little, like I wasn't like, he kind of, I don't know if he was flirting with me, but he was like,
he was flirting.
He like, this is when I was returning the laptop. He was like, what do you have going on today? And I was like,
okay, come on.
Spoiler alert for the rest of the podcast. I was like, I'm going to a book convention. Anyway, yeah, we were kind of like, but I was like, it was the kind of situation where I was like, if I lean in even a little bit more, I think he's gonna like kiss me on the lips.
Yeah.
At the Apple store. So
for those listening, we're just kind of leaning in to kiss.
We're practicing the lean in for the kiss. Yeah.
And he told you he's a bit of a writer himself, isn't he?
Yeah, he was like, are you a journalist, is what he asked me, and I was like, oh no. I'm just sort of a writer.
In so many words.
They tell you to do fraud too. They told you to smash your phone.
Yeah, I came in, it was just like a little hairline crack, and they said, you really gotta smash it to get the full replace. And I was like, are you telling me to leave, smash my phone, and walk back in? And they were like, I'm not telling you to do anything.
Nodding vigorously for those of you who are listening.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were like, oh, go ahead.
No, go.
No, I was going to say, they were like, go get a coffee and maybe then come back.
Think this over.
Yeah.
So I was like, cool. And I left, and I immediately FaceTime Siege. I said, you want to get smashed? So you kind of like,
smash me, baby.
Smash me, baby. So you got to kind of have the POV of a smashed phone.
Yeah, and I have a little more generosity for the iPhone now, I think.
Yeah. The last generation, 16, I think, that was like unsmashable. That phone was awesome.
You tried.
Yeah.
Lord knows you tried.
Lord knows I tried. 17, she smashes like nothing.
Yeah. Is your current phone smashed?
No, because I smashed it, then I bought Apple Care. Put it in.
Right. Okay.
But ever since I fixed it, you know what it doesn't do anymore?
What?
It doesn't like know when it's day or night. So like, you know how your phone, like the brightness automatically adjusts
Oh,
so that
yes.
you can always see your phone screen?
Yeah.
Yeah, now my phone like doesn't know that ever. And so
It
if it's like
doesn't
super
know.
sunny out, you just can't see anything.
Wow.
You have to say, okay, I'll adjust the brightness myself, I guess. Like it's
I'll help you
2008. Yeah, it seems like you have few jobs, but I'll help you with this one.
I kind of don't know if my phone does that.
Like if you don't notice that you need
It
to
probably
constantly
does.
manually adjust your brightness, I guarantee you it does.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Well, so that's just how to do fraud at the Apples.
And why didn't you lean in?
To
give a-
kiss?
It's a kiss.
I can't. I was recovering from vomit. I simply couldn't flirt today.
Okay, that's okay.
More than I did.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, no. It wasn't. He was cute. I just didn't have that
What
dog
was
in me
his hair
today.
like?
His hair was really good. Did I tell you that? Is that why
No.
you're asking me that? Oh, he
No,
had
the geniuses
amazing
just
hair.
always have weird hair.
Yeah. His hair was like really beautiful.
Wait, no, we did talk about it because I asked if you
Yeah.
wanted to like wash it for a few hours in a sensual way.
Yeah, you asked me if I wanted to sexually wash his hair, and I was like,
Which
yeah.
is also, we talked about that, right? On the pod
What?
already. The hair men we met in DC.
Oh yeah, the men with the most beautiful hair we've ever seen.
Yeah. They told us that that's the best sexual experience they ever have is washing each
Yeah.
other's hair. It takes hours. That's a direct quote.
I don't
Should we
see
cut
how.
that?
No. Sorry, I was just thinking about the logistics of that.
That's everyone's response. I don't know how washing hair could take hours. I actually do get that.
You do?
Yeah.
Hours?
Yeah. Like,
Maybe
I
I'm not
think-
doing enough.
Well, I think it was hours for both. Like,
Yeah, I mean, they
think-
had a ton of hair between
Yeah.
the two of them.
And I would be delighted if someone like massaged my scalp
Did-
with shampoo
yeah.
and berries for an hour.
I guess I would too.
I freaking love getting my hair washed though.
I do think that could be very sensual.
It feels great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do like it. Okay.
Okay. So maybe
So-
next time with this guy.
Maybe next time I'll wash his hair.
Because God knows we're doing fraud.
God knows I'll be
Frequently enough.
fucking back. Yeah.
Even though something bad happened to me at that Apple store, I will be back.
We're making it sound like so much worse than it is, which is really making me laugh harder.
Yeah, no, I fucked up. I fucked up.
That's all we can say. She fucked
Really
up.
can't talk about it. Awesome.
You guys just have to live with that. Like that it is what it is. She can't talk about
Yeah.
it. It's something she fucked up.
Yeah. This is like if you read one of those books, like What the Girls Did in the Woods. Just never told you what they did in the woods.
What Molly did at the Apple store.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Actually, we need to talk about something else. I
Okay.
can't think about it.
Let's move on. What are you consuming?
What am I consuming? I did want to catch you up a little bit on. I told you I was reading So Old, So Young by Grant Ginder.
Yes.
I am still not finished. It's been my Subway book, and I don't know. It's taking me longer than normal.
Hey, I've been reading the Poisonwood Bible for like a quarter, so don't worry about it.
Totally. But I think I told you, like up front, my initial perception was that it follows this group of friends through stages of their lives from immediately post grad to like I think around 45. And my initial impression was like there's not really a likable character in the cast. It's like they're all just kind of brittle, bitter people. And I thought for a little bit that it was that I was reading the younger ages. I mean, like the snapshot at 22 is tough, but tough in the way where all like young people are very kind of like narcissistic.
Yeah, totally.
And actually they're 24, not 22. But now, so I've now read the snapshot or the moment in time when they're 31, and then I read now I'm in like a snapshot where they're 34. And what we know from like the beginning where she's like, I'm on my way home for a funeral and we don't know who passed away. We know that this 34-year-old moment when they're all in Amagansett together is the last time they were all together. So like something breaks them apart.
Something really bad happened.
Yeah. But now that I've made my way through more milestones, I am appreciating that it's like a story holistically about like how these things fray, how these relationships fray over time. And I'm interested in how it's captured. It feels kind of faithful to life, though it's also a group of friends that isn't bound by the sticky stuff, you know? So I'm kind of like, yeah, they fray it rather easily because I don't believe that these are very good friends to each other to begin with.
Okay.
But
why do you think that?
Well, I think it's just they're all mean.
Okay.
And they treat each other badly for the most part. And I don't see a ton of evidence of real care for one another.
So all right. I accept your argument. Thank you.
Yeah, but I have two snippets for you. The first is, but my comments on each in Kindle is just oof. But this is like the last paragraph of the 31-year-old passage. 31, very typical, finds them at a wedding, and it's like their 20th wedding of the year.
Right.
So they're going through a hard thing. The protagonist is, reckoning with having to be near her ex-boyfriend and his fiance in this season of weddings. And she's sitting with one of her supposedly best friends, and starts crying, like without really choosing to, and then is just like crying so freaking hard. And then here's what follows. So that's it, she thought, as Adam lifted his head to look up at her. Things would change little by little until they didn't recognize each other at all. And that felt like a bit of a doozy. Like already she's starting to feel like her friends are unknown to her in ways unplaceable. And then I'd like to pair that with a passage when they're 34. And
sorry, go ahead. It is the kind of feeling that you just like feel without really being able to like put your finger on it first. So I think that like very short sentence does a good job of communicating that it's just sort of like a hunch almost. Yeah. Where you're just like, I just don't know if we have the gas.
Yes. And I think like in the moment she is feeling that he can't possibly understand her position on the outside of this other relationship, including her ex-boyfriend and his new fiance. Like she just feels like she can't tell him how she feels. She's also having a hard time reaching their other best friend who's on her honeymoon and like isn't really seeing Mia either. And then he is basically, she feels that each of those friends, for their own reasons, is too wrapped up in their own stuff to see her, meet her where she is. And then the feeling that she probably like, because I think you're right, when you're in the middle of it you aren't so able to acknowledge it or see it. But it's fiction, so she does. But it's that moment of like, already we are so self-involved. Will we find our way back to
how can we ever fix that?
And then at 34 there's a passage where she now like has a new boyfriend. He's older, he's like maybe 20 years their senior.
Hot.
And it's the same friend, Adam, that she'd been sitting with at the scene I just read to you, that she's with in this passage. And basically, like, she's a journalist who covers a lot of, like, climate justice stuff. And her older boyfriend, also a journalist, like, is very principled and, like, super idealistic in his writing and very, like, fierce in those ideals.
Sorry.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
But then he rents them this giant, like, gas-guzzling SUV to go to the Hamptons in. And she, like, wants to... Okay, so here, I'm just going to read it at this point. So she's sitting with Adam, the same friend that she was with in the passage I just read to you. Adam is the friend, and Lev is her older boyfriend.
Got it.
Okay, so... What made things difficult was that the issue was not actually the car. She didn't care about it all that much, so much as she found herself wanting to prove to Adam that she was still largely who she was before, even though she didn't see him much these days, and she didn't know how to do that without turning Lev and his decisions into a punchline, despite how much she loved him. Rotating the peach 180 degrees, she bit into the other side of it. She wished Adam would do it for her and say something funny about Lev that she could get behind, but she knew that this was unlikely. Adam would never say something cruel for the sake of saying it. Once in a while, it'd be nice if he could also be a dick. And I was like, I found that interesting because it's like wanting to be known to your friends, wanting to feel like you are the same kind of friends to each other, so much so that you're even willing to revert to like baser, nastier versions of yourself that they did know.
Yeah.
Is interesting. And it's like, yeah, like even though I've evolved into this person, I'm so desperate for you to see me that I'll be a version that you can see. It's kind of how I read it. Also, I think that's like a very interesting and like real balance of like, no, I want to show you I'm in on the joke without making a joke of this person I care about.
Right. Like, and I can still love them and think that this thing that they're doing is like deserves to be called out or whatever. Yeah. Also, I'm just thinking like a few things. Sorry if I'm not totally picking up the point that you're putting down. I am picking it up.
I'm making it poorly.
No, you are. You're making it well. I think I'm just going in a different direction, so I apologize for that. No, but I do think two things. Like, one, I think also like people are nasty and good at the same time, and like that seems like that's something that this book is like trying to kind of get at. And like I think if you are a person who has the proclivity to be nasty, raise your hand, Molly. We can both be a little nasty.
Sure.
You want, like, one of the most validating things is someone who can like fuck with your nasty a little bit, or like be that with you and not think you're horrible
without judging.
Does that make sense?
Yes. Yeah, I think definitely.
I think that can make you feel seen in a way that's like actually really good. And then I also think like this is just a separate thought, like I feel like part of being a really good writer is like being able to put these feelings, like be so like psychologically intelligent. Like these are such like interesting ideas about human nature, and like being able to put them in writing is so awesome. I wish I could.
You can,
but not like that,
brother.
Yeah.
No, I mean those are choice selections. I mean,
yeah,
it's not all that this book, but
yeah. But so I guess I'm just saying like so much of writing I think is understanding human nature
completely. Yeah.
Or like trying or being sorry, I'm being so annoying. No. Like a willingness to want to understand human nature and like a desire to understand it better through
completely.
Writing.
You don't think that's what you're out here doing too?
For sure. Just I'm not Grant Ginder. I know that.
And thank God for that.
And literally thank God for that. Though I'm sure he's lovely.
I'm sure. No hate to Grant Ginder.
Yeah. And I bet he's a little nasty too, for the record.
Absolutely he is. Yeah. I think he has such a specialty for writing nasty people that he's messy. Don't kid yourself.
For sure.
Yeah, I think those are both very good points.
And the idea of like having a friend who can't be nasty, I actually like, I totally understand her being like, can't you just be nasty for once?
Come on, just like try it as a treat.
Just like be an asshole.
And like people who aren't nasty, I'm like, do you just genuinely not have nasty thoughts, or
Right.
you're so good at
You're so much better than me.
like right? And because I'm nasty, sometimes I think, oh, you're not even smart enough to
Oh,
to
Molly,
be nasty.
you know I
right
was
now.
going right there too. This all comes back to the average Joe is so dim that he can't be nasty.
Totally.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry to the average Joe. Like that's a much less
That
fun
sounds
life.
boring.
That
Yeah.
sounds really boring. I bet you loved The Big Bang Theory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's an example of being nasty. Something you'll never be able to do.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, no, that was really beautiful. Thank you for sharing that.
Sure. What have you been consuming, huh?
Well, I do want to say I feel I haven't talked about a book in like so long because I have been reading the Poisonwood Bible for so long that I actually left the book in DC and by accident.
Whoa.
And I had to get it on my Kindle, and now I have like 25% left. But honestly, it's good.
You have 25% left, like battery on your Kindle. It's like,
Battery
that'll
like
get you there.
in my body. But I'm almost done, and it is getting really interesting. Like it took a turn I so didn't expect it to take. One thing, I do really want to talk about the drama. And I'm sorry,
Please.
I'm gonna have to spoil it for you.
And listeners, that's your warning.
I'm gonna have to, yeah. Are you okay with me spoiling it for you? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I told you I already know the premise, right?
Oh, you do? Okay. I
Yeah,
don't think
yeah.
you did tell me that.
Oh.
But yeah, on Friday, I went to karaoke for like an hour, where my friend hosts, and I like accidentally got like really drunk. And then I was like, I'm gonna go see the drum. So I was in the theater like kind of like trying to keep it together. But
Did you bring a little wine bottle into the theater?
no, because I was like, they were like, I was like, do you have popcorn? And they were like, we're done. It's 10:45 p.m.
Are you
There's no more
kidding me?
popcorn." Yeah, it was actually really devastating.
That's so mean.
Yeah.
I would probably walk out, and I'm not kidding.
Really?
I'd be
I really
so
wanted to see the
disappointed.
movie.
But I love having popcorn at my movie.
Yeah, I get that.
Even though
so
it
here's-
shreds my colon.
Yeah, I agree. But I was already cruising for bruising this weekend I didn't even know about. So,
Yeah.
but here's what I have to say about the drama. It's like an away suitcase. The aesthetics are great, but it's ultimately way overpriced for what it is.
All right.
Sorry. I thought it was. So the premise of the movie is that these two people, Zendaya and... Or do you say Zendaya or Zendaya? And which one is it actually?
I say Zendaya, and I think
Okay.
that's right.
I'm going to run with it.
Okay.
Zendaya and Robert Pattinson are this couple who's been together for a long time. The movie starts with them like preparing their speeches to get married, basically, through their wedding speeches. And which they also kept alluding to, like, your speech at your wedding, and it was like, do you guys mean vows? Like,
Yeah,
otherwise,
what?
why are we doing a speech at your wedding?
Uh-huh.
But anyway, then it like cuts to them doing like the wine tasting for the wedding with their two best friends, who's the best man and the maid of honor, and they're married.
Okay.
And then it's Alana Haim, by the way. And
Baby Haim.
Baby Haim. And she is like, we did this thing before. Whatever. You guys have seen the trailer where it's like, and they end up revealing what's the worst thing you've ever done. And everyone's just like pretty normal. And then Zendaya is like, oh, I almost did a mass shooting in high school. Like I got the gun. It's the reason why I'm deaf in one ear, because I was shooting, literally practicing to do a mass shooting. I'm sorry, I'm laughing because it's like American culture is so depressing. But yeah, she's like, yeah, I almost did that. And everyone at the table is obviously like, wait, so this is like on a way different level than all of our things. All of our things are like kind of embarrassing, but like whatever.
Mm.
And Alana Haim specifically is really upset because she's like, my cousin survived a mass shooting, but like is partially paralyzed. And then it's just like, so here's my thing. I think that's a really interesting premise.
Yeah.
The idea of like, can you love, and then it goes into like Zendaya. I'm sorry, I never know anyone's name, so I just gotta do this.
So fair.
The actors, but Zendaya. It goes into like how this happened, you know, and she like moved around a lot as a kid, and just like was bullied because she was super weird and had probably like clinical depression in high school. So like. And then got radicalized. Like, that's so. And I think, like, I do think this is an interesting premise. And as Ben, our editor, we were talking about it yesterday. It's like and maybe it might have been Jay I was talking to about this, but like, it's an interesting thought exercise for sure. Like, could you still love your partner if you found out this like truly really horrible thing about them?
Yeah.
But they're just like first of all, it didn't really land the plane for me because like I think it got lost in the fun and games where it was like you're kind of just watching Robert Pattinson like toil over this for like half the movie, and then like they do get married, and then like there's like it's pretty, the reception is like really brutal, and like Alana Haim gives a speech, like a devastating speech, but even like the speech she gives, like no one who really was that upset about something like this would even show up to the wedding. Like I think I was
Completely.
talking to I think it was maybe Ben, we were saying like it's just not like, I just don't think it knew how to tell this. I think the writer didn't know. I thought like it read very much to me like I had this great idea for a movie, and then they just couldn't get the story right. Because it's just, and it ends with the wedding kind of like falling apart and like Zendaya leaving, but then they end up back together. So it's like, I don't know. And I think, like, again, I think that this is a good thought exercise, but I also couldn't get the whole movie. I couldn't get past this idea of like, well, this is so unrealistic because the percentage of mass shooters or potential mass shooters that are women is so, like, I couldn't get past the gender of it all personally.
Yeah.
Like, I kept thinking, like, I do think this would be so different if it was a man. I'm sorry.
Well, right.
Like, if I were dating a man who was almost a mass shooter, like, to me, like, and then I was like, okay, maybe, sorry, I'm just blah, blah, blah. But, like, I do think that was an intentional choice to make Zendaya the mass shooter, because I think it forces you to be more empathetic towards the idea of a mass shooter, because like when I think of it, I'm like, well, she was a girl who was depressed and like fell victim to whatever, but it's like, okay, why don't I have that generosity for the male basketball team, the men for the NBA? Why do I only have generosity for the WNBA? I don't know.
It's all about the W.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh boy.
So again, I thought this was like a really, because I was like, if a man I was dating told me that he was almost a mass shooter, I think that would really give me pause, because I'd be like, okay, that means you have like a tendency towards violence that like I'm not really comfortable with. But as a woman, I read it more as like you have mental health problems. So maybe this is saying more about me. I don't really know.
It is a note you've given before. And to be fair, like, because you kind of had a similar thing with One Battle After Another, where it was like Teyana Taylor's character. Like, it's just like...
Yeah.
But I also think that it's a noteworthy trend to isolate, because it's like, why do all these fucking male filmmakers, like, do reverse gender, like, exploration?
Well, I don't know if it was made by a man also, to be clear. I don't know.
I guess I just assumed.
I kind of assumed a woman, actually. That's so interesting, because I was like, who else would put a woman in a role like this? I don't know. But now that you're saying it, I do think that that's totally possible.
Directed and written by Christopher Borgley, a man.
Okay, now I really hate this movie.
So, like, I assumed man because I do think this is, like, a pattern where it's like let's explore this thing, like...
Through the lens of... Yeah.
Yeah. And I think, like, in One Battle After Another, like you were saying, kind of, like, trivialized. And I should also note, I've not actually seen the movie, but we had a long conversation about it. But it, like, kind of trivialized the idea of, like, resistance being necessary and
I just
real.
went to my own point.
Yeah.
Being repeated back to me.
Yeah. And, like, it feels like it uses a woman as the vehicle for resistance to further undermine it. It's like, isn't this a silly... I don't know.
Right.
And it's like, it takes it to this,
if a woman could do it, it couldn't be that big a deal.
And I think it generally, like, dilutes the storytelling power because it does put it into this theoretical plane. You can't tell, like, a story rooted in real human life that, like, might stir something super resonant because it feels so familiar if you're, like, making women do things women don't do, particularly things men do that are so horrific.
Yeah.
Like abandon a kid or planning a mass shooting. Like, it's just like, actually, statistically, it's men. It's always men.
Right.
And it,
like, I
feels
couldn't get
annoying.
past that. And and now that we're actually talking about it, I'm like, if they had to have made this movie with a male mass shooter, it would have really changed the tone of the movie. Like, because you would have had to deal with the reality. Like, I think it allowed them to kind of abstract the reality from it. Like, I think this is kind of what you're saying, so I apologize if I'm just saying it back to you.
You're saying
like,
it better, it's good.
Like, yeah, you don't have to deal with the reality. Like, you can make a sort of, like, hypothetical thought experiment film without having to do the hard work of saying, like, okay, well, this is, like, a real problem that is perpetrated by, like, that is a thing that men do.
Which that's not
almost
what
exclusively
movies are for. Yeah, that's not what art is for. It's not for, like, here's an abstract. No, it's like, tell me a story that makes me understand your point. Like, the thought exercise. Like, I also feel like it's not just that they pinned it to the wrong character. It seems like it could have been anything. They went for the most alarming thing, but it seems like the treatment
like,
of
flashiest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, what if a woman were bad? And with such a heavy subject
like, when
matter,
women are bad, they don't, like, do this, though.
Right.
And that's kind of the whole point. Like, I don't know.
So it doesn't feel like... It is a super interesting thing to explore if you're going to do it right, but it kind of just feels like they took the most, like, sensitive and truly awful thing they could think of, but then they didn't actually, like, hold themselves accountable to dealing with it. They were just like, they treated it as a bad thing rather than specifically a school shooting.
Yeah. Yes.
I don't know.
Which is, like, one of the biggest things children in this country face now, and I just don't think it's worth it to make a thought experiment movie about this, I guess.
Why didn't you do it?
I kind of forget. I was drunk. I forget what I think, like, I really honestly don't remember.
Did she show some surprising, like, moral fortitude in the end?
I think something happens where, like, she experiences some shame around her thoughts and is like, I can't do this. Like, I think there's, like, some situation at school that, like, causes her to have some shame, but don't quote me on that. But yeah, I think also, like, now that we're talking about it out loud, like, I'm not really sure I need to feel more empathy for school shooters, frankly.
Right.
Like, I think I have enough empathy for, like, what kids and, like, mentally ill teenagers in this country go through, and, like, I do think that's a problem, but I also think, like, separately, gun violence is a problem.
I agree. And also, like, I don't know, there probably is... I'd be open to digging deeper into the, like, experience of being radicalized online, and, like, like, that feels like if you could tell a compelling story about, like, how this happens, why this happens, like, that points people towards the problems upstream. Yeah, that'd be interesting, but it doesn't sound like...
I agree. And I think like, it was so focused on the what would I do if I were in this situation problem rather than that which I found frankly kind of boring.
Yeah, totally.
And it's funny, Ben, he can cut this if he wants, but Ben, I think, made some good points about it. He was like, I think he said he didn't rate it on Letterboxd because he was like, I wasn't sure where to put it because I thought it was so, like, it was made well and it had really good filmmaking, but the last 30 minutes were just like a total mess to me. And I was like, yeah, I actually completely agree with that. And I was like, I don't think I really know what good filmmaking is though, but I thought it was really like lovely. And he was like, if you thought that, then probably. And I was like, great.
Okay, that's like a really sweet and inclusive way to share film criticism with us.
We love you, Ben.
We love you, Ben.
But yeah, so that was, I just needed to talk about that.
Yeah, whoa.
Yeah, that was my experience of the drama. I honestly thought it was kind of like it was a bit of a letdown. Score wasn't fantastic though. Ooh. Really enjoyed the music.
Okay. Did Baby Haim score it? Or
no, I think I don't know who did. It's just very like,
I still have the Wikipedia pulled up.
It's just it's just, I don't even know how to describe the music, but it's good.
It works for you. Music by intense. Daniel Pemberton.
Sure.
Are you familiar with his work?
Daniel Pemberton.
He's scored Project Hail Mary, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
Wow.
Steve Jobs, Motherless, Brooklyn, The Trial of the Chicago 7, being the You got it.
Yeah. So yeah, that was I think that's, yeah. What about you? Anything else you want to cover?
Girl, no. Oh, you have to tell us about Bigfoot.
Oh, okay. This is also, like, this is just an episode of me saying, like, nasties. I also saw Bigfoot the Musical with Angela this week. Mm-hmm. I was about 30 minutes late to Bigfoot the Musical. My bad. It was a long story, but I, like, left the office kind of late, and then
Okay, worker bee.
Worker bee. Then, well, I was at a work happy hour. But then I got stuck in an elevator, which was crazy. But it was,
you didn't tell me that.
I know, it was really brief, and I honestly freaked out in a way that, like, wasn't warranted. But it did, like, set me back on my timeline. So anyway, I was 30 minutes late to Bigfoot the Musical. But I think I saw enough to say that it was really bad.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Angela and I, like, both wanted to see this, or she was the one who, like, put it on my radar, but, like, I do believe in Bigfoot.
I actually don't know that I knew that about you.
Yeah, I believe in a lot of, like, paranormal shit, and Bigfoot is one of them.
Where do you think he lives?
Around
the American West.
The American West, yeah, exactly. Okay. But again, I was 30 minutes late, so I'm kind of piecing together the plot. But the plot was essentially like one of these towns where they say Bigfoot lives, and like they've made their whole
in the American West.
In the American West, and they've made the whole identity of the town like, this is where Bigfoot lives. And sort of the origin of that. And the origin is that, like, Bigfoot lived in the mountains. Also, it was a musical comedy. And
do you think it earned that title?
It was certainly both musical and a comedy. Okay. But I thought it really wasn't funny. Like, really, really wasn't funny. And like the humor was so low hanging, like, and it was a little bit like sad. I don't know how else to like put it. Like, there were a lot of jokes snuck in there about like fair housing and like,
yeah,
but then they all live in this town where they're like being like, I think it was supposed to be like an allegory for Trump, TBH, because there's this
Trump is Bigfoot.
No, Trump is a good guy in this situation, and the mayor is trying to like basically whore the town out for a water park, and the townspeople are like, no, we don't want this. But then he's like, you should go get Bigfoot. Like, he's like, you don't know, you should be afraid of Bigfoot, you shouldn't be worried about the water park, like, go get Bigfoot. But like, it was a little too like so obvious that that's what they were doing, and at the same time the townspeople were like really stupid. But then at the end they switch up really quickly and they're like, Bigfoot's good, we've been manipulated. And it's like they were kept saying the point out loud in a way I found really annoying.
No, so fair.
I was saying this to Angela after the fact, like, oh, work. I was saying this to Angela after the fact that, like, I just, at this point in my life, like, I need comedy to either be, and I've said this before on the podcast, like, so smart or so stupid. Those are, like, the only two things comedy-wise I can really handle.
I could not agree more.
Like, I really, for some reason, kept thinking about 30 Rock and how 30 Rock, like, handles stuff like material like this so much better and in a way that's, like, so much funnier to me.
But it's also, like, the gold standard of writing for me. So.
I know. And, like, it's unfair to compare anything to 30 Rock. 30 Rock is, like, yeah, truly, like, some of the greatest TV writing of all time. But, absolutely. Like, yeah, I think it was because it was so, the average Joe is so dim that I was just, like, getting really mad that everything's not 30 Rock.
I get that. I do.
Yeah. So that was all I wanted.
Was the music good?
It was, like, fine. It just felt, but what I meant, like, when I said that it felt sad, it felt like sort of like it was trying to be like, God, the world is, like, so bad and hard. But it was like, it felt like tired, like we're tired.
Yeah.
To the point where it was like their writing is even tired.
Yeah.
And I found that really depressing, frankly.
I couldn't agree more. Because, yes, things are bad and have been really bad for a long time, but, like, that also generates some of the best art ever. And so, like,
yeah,
we don't need to watch tired plays. That's not
right.
We don't need to.
And if anything, it just felt like part of, like, the machine of capitalism to be like, and here's, like, a play I didn't really try that hard, or a musical I didn't really try that hard on.
Say that, Siege. Say that. Do you know
I'm
this
just
is
being
so
nasty.
I'm not going to show you because you can, like, see my whole agenda, but
yeah,
you know what I've been writing? This is so insane to me. You know what I've been writing on the top of my agenda every week?
What?
It's a Billie Jean King quote.
Ooh, love.
Pressure is a privilege. And here's another thought I'm having as an extension of pressure is a privilege.
Yeah.
Friction is a privilege.
Yeah.
Like,
hard work.
I need, you know,
that's
like,
also very capitalist, though, to be like, it's a privilege to work hard.
I kind of mean it in the opposite way. I'm like, when things are inconvenient,
yeah,
it is forcing me to engage with my own humanity and likely others. Like, convenience is what robs us of our humanity to an extent. It's like, true. I shouldn't
like,
be
our lives have our lives have gotten exceedingly convenient in a way that's breaking our brains.
Yeah, like, I think pressure is a privilege, and, like, say thank you to friction is where I'm at right now.
I like that. Like, almost like a slight say yes, or say, like, accept slowing down a little bit. No? I'm missing the point? Okay.
It's more like, I have these moments where I'm so fucking frustrated, but it's like,
yeah.
But if I could reframe that as, like, these moments are like, it's what life amounts to, and, like, how I respond to it trains who I am. And, like, even if I don't like the experience of having to deal with this thing, and it is kind of exhausting generally, that exhaustion is serving a purpose of, like I will have now learned that or done that, achieved, like, I will now be a person who's had that experience and then can bring that to the next one. And it's like, otherwise I'm a person in the Wall-E chairs floating around drinking my
to allude to the Wall-E
smoothie, watching my screen. It's not necessarily slow, it's like
challenge maybe more.
Yes, like, anything that forces me to think is something I am grateful for.
I like it. Okay, I really like that quote.
Pressure is a privilege. I know, right?
I love alliteration.
It's a good one, right?
Yeah, it is really good. I like how succinct it is too. Yeah, no, I think like, rather than just create a show because you can, maybe create a show that's worth seeing.
Yeah, yes. Like,
don't
do the thing that the dollars are easy for. Like, I'm sure, like, this was easy to sell in because it didn't actually do anything.
Right.
It didn't do anything, period.
Also not, like, going to like, its run is almost over, and, like, that's what happens when you make something that isn't, like, very good. So, yeah, that's my take on Bigfoot the Musical. It wasn't nice or generous.
I thought it was actually fair and balanced.
Thank you.
But
Thank you.
yeah. Yeah.
Did you want to talk about some news out of BookCon?
Well, Siege has already kind of alluded to this, but we went to BookCon.
We went to BookCon.
We went to BookCon, and we're going to talk about it. No, I just get... part of BookCon we learned today is like authors will come and do signings, and it's like crazy. It's like you line up like it's TSA and behind your author, and we were looking at the board of all the different authors that were there, and I went, Veronica Roth, and Siege went, who's that? And I said, the author of Divergent, and we had that exact same conversation 3 times today. But
oops.
It's funny.
Sorry,
that
I'm not Divergent pilled like you.
I loved Divergent.
I know you did. I know.
And
nothing
you know
wrong
who's
with it.
in it? The movies. Miles Teller.
Shailene
Hot.
Woodley. True.
Yeah.
You
But
love Miles Teller.
Yeah. I
Sorry.
really do. And I think he's a bad guy in it. If I
don't know.
recall correctly.
Isn't there's also some other like young hot brunette, not young anymore, but at the time young and hot and brunette.
Is Josh Hutcherson in that one too?
I don't
That'd
think
be crazy.
so.
That couldn't.
I think he's like a Dylan O'Brien type, but not him.
Is this person on your list of hot 30-year-olds?
He might actually be whoever. Logan Lerman, maybe it's him.
No, that's a good guess. Your Divergent movie. Let's see. God, it's so hard being your own producer. Hang on.
Seriously.
Oh, you're gonna be shocked, I think, to your very boots. Theo James.
Oh, I am shocked.
Yeah.
He's okay. Prettier than I was remembering.
And Ansel Elgort.
That I do kind of remember. Ansel Elgort. Those were the Ansel Elgort years.
His heyday before he got caught for all of his abuse.
Yeah. Before they found the fault in our star.
Oh, nice.
I'm sure someone made that joke on Twitter in 2014 or whatever this.
And I'm sure it did numbers. That's a really good joke. That's almost as good as maybe V.
You know, it was a joke. We were talking about like bacterial vaginosis earlier, and I was saying, I don't know.
It's the month of
not
bacterial vaginosis awareness.
It's not. We made that up.
It's a campaign we're starting for public health.
The fight against BV, and the slogan is going to be "May BV." Like it may be. Are you guys hearing it? It really made sense in the minute, but now I feel at the time.
It cracked my ass up before. Okay.
Yeah. Veronica Roth.
Here's what she announced. I think it's kind of interesting. So like she wrote obviously the Divergent series that got made into these massive movies. Now you know who was in them.
Right.
I think it was like 15 years ago she wrote these books.
Okay.
Yeah. The movie came out in 2014. In 2011, yeah, is when Divergent was published. Okay. So 15 years ago, she announced at BookCon yesterday that she has a duology.
Sure.
She's 2 books she's already written. That they're not a prequel. They're not a sequel.
They're a secret third thing. Duology.
Literally. Do you want to guess what the secret third thing is?
Like a parallel universe? I don't know.
Yes! Literally. An alternate timeline.
Well, we learned about alternate universes today, that's like a trope. Because people...
Oh, yeah.
People in the panel we went to were they were like, AU? And I was like, oh, there's a shorthand.
I didn't even hear that.
Yeah, there was a lot that I also wasn't hearing on purpose, so I get it.
Wow, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So she's like rewriting the story if Triss, the main character, never went to Dauntless and was in a different of the factions instead.
Okay, again, you're speaking to me like I know anything about Divergent, but I do think I'm following.
I thought that was interesting. I haven't.
That is interesting.
Well, I haven't seen that for like major IP like this. Like it feels risky to introduce an alternative text to the one that everyone is very attached to.
I do think it's a smart and interesting business move because people who are so into these universes will, well, maybe I think it's an interesting, not necessarily smart business move. I do think her sales will probably be great because some people are so hungry for content from the Divergent series. People like you, but then people might be really mad. And it also kind of might like shatter the illusion of the story a little bit.
So that to me was the risk. Like that feels like the dangerous edge of this decision. But I think you're exactly right, Siege. You make a very good point about how this is like a savvy and prescient move. It's like very current because it's like meeting readers where they are. Fanfic has never been bigger. It is this huge, yes, it's a huge industry, and it's kind of treated like dismissively by authors, like by rights holders, because they're like, it's like, I think
you guys are being weird about my books.
Like you guys are being freaks, and it's encouraged them to authors that is to be even more protective of canon. Yeah, which is why it's because I think it's interesting because it's like Veronica Roth is acknowledging like no, people are actually there's a huge appetite for more stories in this world, particularly stories that explore like what was it? Explore. What did we say earlier?
Alternate universes?
The something that could have been.
Oh. Why are our brains broken?
What did we say at the top of this call?
Something that could have been?
Yeah. Like the songs that could have, or literally the very top of this, or like, that's something they didn't make.
I'm so scared. I don't remember.
Ben is gonna watch us and be like, you guys are so fucking stupid.
What Molly did at the Apple store? That's what I remember.
I have it.
You got it? Okay.
Wait, what was I saying as the lead-in?
You were talking about how, like, fan fiction has never been bigger.
Yeah, like these readers are like, there's such an appetite for the events that could have been.
Right.
That's what we said earlier.
That's all we said?
When we were writing our event manual. The events you didn't attend.
The events you could have attended. Got it. Okay.
But
I love that.
But you don't see authors really, like those who hold the keys to the canon, compromising the canon, or maybe not compromising. That kind of like showed my hand, but like
writing their own fan fiction.
Yeah,
kind of.
Yeah.
That's I find that very interesting, and I will say, can we just dive from here into BookCon a little bit?
Let's do it.
Like it was interesting to be at BookCon. Let me start there.
Full stop. Yeah.
Full stop. It was interesting. I guess my first point about BookCon is that like it was so incredible to me how big the like reading is, I guess, given that the average Joe is so dim. That is so reductive. Sorry, but just like I just was like, wow, so many people love books so much. Like the Javits Center was packed with people, and this was on day 2. Yeah, like there were a ton of people there, and people who are very clearly super passionate about books. So then
those like holding cells for luggage, like so many people had clearly flown in for BookCon, which like, I mean, you said this while we were walking around, like, but this is a slightly different point, that like it's crazy that we just live in a place where like things like this are happening and people are flying in from all over the world to like meet authors, like, and that's just something like, honestly, it's like it was another day in our life. I love New York.
Yeah, like crazy. But then also when we went to this panel, the panel we went to was what was it called?
Battle of
It
the
was
Tropes.
Battle of the Tropes, and it was basically like a debate style situation where it was like two authors versus two authors, and they would be given tropes from the audience, and they'd have to sort of make the case for each one, and then we would all clap to decide which one was our favorite. And that even in
And they
itself
did
was
this
just
probably 40 times.
you wouldn't believe how long the panel was. Like it was just, first of all, crazy how many different kinds of tropes there are and how passionate people were about them. And then there was like sort of a subreddit within the panel about like fan fiction and how like some of these authors like got their start from fan fiction, or like that's how they became interested in reading through fan fiction.
Right.
So it's like I don't know, it's a huge part of reading. So I think like it's very possible that Hector got into a small speaker and microphone set for dolls.
It's actually perfect for him.
Yeah, he was like, they need to hear me. But like I think it's very possible even that this author, whose name I've already forgotten, Veronica Roth,
Yeah.
it's very possible that she even has her own, like that she's a fanfic girly.
Probably.
And that's kind of cool that she's leaning into it, I think.
It is cool. I thought so too.
Yeah.
And that she made the announcement at BookCon. It's clearly like for the fans, you know, which is cool.
Right. Yeah, which I actually love.
Yeah.
Because also at one point during the panel, I turned to Molly because I was looking through like what was going on at day 2 of BookCon, and there was a thing like Hunger Games meetup for real fans, and I was like, I gotta go to this.
Yeah, you throw a lot of shade for a Hunger Games girl.
I do. You're right.
Did you? And also, stupid heads should know that you brought your bow and arrow to BookCon.
Well, yeah, you thought I was gonna go to the Javits Center without a bow and arrow.
That's right.
I was gonna do the jab at Javits.
Oh yeah. Okay, they should also know that you got the jab at Javits.
Yeah, I got my COVID. That's just another example of how New York is amazing. You can get the jab at the Javits Center. I got my COVID shot at the Javits Center. That's what I'm trying to say.
I got mine at like Brooklyn College. I don't know.
Yeah, because it was like when you were like had to like just like if you get one on Staten Island, you go.
You go.
And
I was one of the early ones because my asthma.
You lucky girl.
Totally.
You're so lucky with your asthma.
With my asthma. Yeah,
you're so lucky that a run could kill you.
That's right. And do you know what? I still have my COVID vaccine card in my wallet.
Do
How
you
crazy
really?
Is that? Yep.
I lost mine and had to plagiarize a new one. Of course, I lost mine.
Jabbed
Obviously.
Again. They made you get double vaxxed.
It was when it was like I got a booster and I was like, hey, I lost the OG card. Could you maybe put the booster like really far down on my new card and I might like write some things in above it? Because people were still being like, you had to show it to like do stuff.
I know. And how weird was that?
How weird was that? I mean, at the time it was quite normal, but sort of that's how time often works.
You sound just like Grant Ginder. So
I understand
old,
human nature in a way that only Grant Ginder also does.
You guys are really two peas in a pod.
It's the Grant thing.
Totally.
But yeah, should we dig into some other BookCon
stuff? Yeah, we should. Do you want to talk about Battle of the Tropes some more? Or do you want to talk about just like the vibes?
Well, okay, the vibes were kind of crazy.
They were kind of crazy.
I think we kind of like it was also I'm saying this in a kind way.
Sure.
It was very endearing how like nerdy everybody at this was too. And like again, I mean like people are really passionate about the books that they're there like to celebrate and the authors are there to meet, and that was pretty cool.
So like that's a very joyful environment.
Yes. And people were there with their friends.
Yeah. And well, sorry, now I am kind of blending with the Battle of the Tropes of it all too, but there was one One of the panelists for Battle of the Tropes, Ryan LaSala,
Who was hilarious.
cracking our asses in half.
Yeah.
That guy was so funny. I really liked the energy he brought.
He was, first of all, really good at the game.
Really good.
So funny. And yeah, he was like, and we were immediately rizzled by him.
Yeah, rizzle fizzled. But he made a good point. So like, I guess I have to fucking explain Battle of the Tropes a little bit to make this point.
I think I already did, but
you definitely did.
Yeah.
Okay, so it was because at some points it was like a battle to make a case for who had the better trope, but then also at some points they would do like skirt reverse, and then it would be like, now you have to make a case for why your trope is the worst.
Right.
But sometimes they would then like counter. It was, as a trained lawyer, it felt like a pretty satisfying exercise, because sometimes the best case they could make was to dismiss the case of the other,
Which I frankly wanted them to do more, because I was
me
like,
too.
well, it's because we were like, if you guys want us to step in and advise, we definitely can.
We could, and we're comfortable being co-counsel or enemies.
Yeah, it's not a problem. We often take each other to court.
Totally. But Ryan, I remember, so like one of the other team's trope was forced straightness.
Yeah,
Which,
because
like,
the audience was throwing out tropes that were like,
right.
It was like, this sounds like a hyper-specific thing that maybe happened to you. I don't know.
Completely. Literally, I think the audience member was like, you know that thing where the protagonist has the most chemistry with their friend, but at the end they just kind of like shoehorn in a love interest so that the protagonist can be straight? And it was like
what? That sounded more, I was like, this sounds like a queer reading of a book rather than like a trope, which is like so valid, but not necessarily a trope.
And like, that is the fanfic audience. But what was really sweet, and Ryan, he was like defending the other trope, but he was saying that it must have been when they were trying to make a case for how their trope was the worst, because he turned around and said, no, the forced straight trope, if that's a thing.
We're not sure.
Right. But his argument was so sweet. Not now. His argument was so sweet. He was like,
oh, yes.
It's those dynamics that have created so much community for the people here. Because we all come together to say, like, clearly he was in love with his best friend.
Right.
And that's why, like, so many of us found each other online and now here in person. Because, like, we're all queering the text. And isn't it great that, like, we found each other?
That was for sure a highlight for me as well. I thought that was really great. And I was like, that was a point where I was like, wow, like, I'm so not in the fanfic community. Or, like, even, like I don't. But this is such an I think he was saying he writes queer young adult horror and sci-fi novels, and I was like, that's not something I'm ever really gonna read, but it's so cool that there's like such a market for what he writes, and like I'm sure he has. And then I was looking at his Instagram a little bit, and I was like, he's so cool and interesting, and like I think it was just cool how there are all of these like sub genres that people are so passionate about too.
It is cool. I liked it a lot.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about the other panelists? Oh.
What are you doing, Hector?
He's taking his sharp little nails and he's going into my back.
There's an egg on your head and it's dripping down your back. There's an egg on your head and it's dripping down your back. That's what Hector's doing to Molly.
It's awful.
There's a knife in your back and the blood is dripping down.
Oh, wow, I hate that.
You've hated that?
Do you want me to just read through the tropes that were covered, at least that I captured?
Yeah,
okay,
for sure.
And remember, these are audience submissions. Except for the first one that already Siege and I were turning to each other going, did we hear that right?
We were like, that can't be a thing. And everyone was like, yeah, that's
of course. And that was
only one horse. I think, right?
Yeah. Only one bed or only one horse? Debate.
And everyone was like, of course. Yeah.
Of course. That's when we knew we were in for it.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, keep going. Sorry.
No. You want me to hit it?
Yeah, keep it.
Only one horse. Amnesia. Shadow daddies.
That's one we didn't know.
Oh, no, yeah. Non-human monsters, which like quickly turned into spiders.
Right. Spiders with multiple penises.
Yeah. Forbidden love. Her comfort. Which we both again looked at each other like, are we hearing that right?
At first I thought they were saying her comfort. And so I was like, prioritizing female comfort.
Wait, no, that's what it was, right?
Oh, no, I think it was hurt comfort. Like hurting, someone getting hurt, and then I think.
No,
then,
I
like,
genuinely think it was her comfort. Like comfort
like,
for her.
It sounds like a menstrual pad brand.
I could not agree more.
I really think it was hurt comfort.
Her.
But then it's like you can Google this, but like it's like are these even tropes? I really, frankly, don't know.
Yeah, literally, I don't even. It is a menstrual product.
I'm not shocked.
I don't even. Okay, I gotta be done there.
Okay.
Reverse grumpy sunshine.
Yep.
Psycho killer. Yeah.
Okay.
Miscommunication, and then one of the panelists.
Boo.
One of the panelists made her case by saying, "It makes you want to end your life."
She first was like, "Has anyone ever been in a situationship?" And people were like, "Yeah." And she was like, "And was it because no one would say how they feel?" And then she was like, "And didn't that make you want to die?" And which was very effective.
Yeah. But I can change him.
Yep.
Mutual pining. Oh, orphans.
Some of what was slightly confusing about this was that some of them were a great deal of them were romantic tropes, but then like some of them were more like fantasy, like orphan, chosen one.
Yeah.
So
we were bringing that romance lens. So I remember when it was chosen one, you were like, "Oh, I hate it," because it was like in your head it was like fated romance, fated mates or whatever.
Yeah, which I do kind of go back and forth on fate.
Yeah, it happens a lot in romantasy.
Right.
So like,
I think in romantasy I actually really don't like it because it's like, well, what are we even doing?
I agree. Yeah.
Yeah.
I do like that it's like, okay, I don't have to deal with miscommunication anymore because like you guys are
you're my fate.
Yeah, you're mates.
Yeah, but then it's just sort of like, okay, where's the struggle?
Totally. Normally it's war.
Yeah, and you love the war.
I love the war. Hi, he's now in my lap. Mutual stalking. She falls first, he falls harder. Age gap. Reverse harem. You've got mail, where they know each other in real life, but build their real relationship anonymously.
Hector is like his snorkeling is unbelievably loud.
Yeah. Ow, fucker, ow. Fake dating, and they were roommates. Secret baby, which this one like mostly focused on secret kept by whom from whom. Like that wasn't, because that really changes the stakes of secret baby.
Agreed.
Child who draws creepy pictures.
Again, that was one where we were like, did something happen to you? What?
Also, we couldn't see the speaker, but they sounded like a child. It was like, what if it was like a kid who like drew creepy pictures?
Yeah, what if? Yeah. And it was like, is the creepy child in the conference room with us right now?
Separately, would you like to see a picture I drew? And then PR scam, which was like fake dating, but specifically for press.
Right. And then that was also versus showmance, wasn't it? Or was it they won in the same?
Yeah, because and what we should also say, just because we've been really nasty all pod, is that the moderator for the panel was fucking annoying.
You found her irritating. Might cut that.
And yeah, that's so fair. But I think the moderator of the panel she kind of kept like rebranding the tropes before setting the final vote. She was like acting like Jeff Probst. She was being a little heavy-handed.
Yeah, she was.
So for like that one, she then called it showmance when it was time to vote.
Okay.
And showmance is really different.
I agree. I completely
As a theater
agree.
kid, yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
aligned.
Stockholm Syndrome, Princess in a Tower. I think those actually were the same too.
Okay.
And then Portal Fantasy.
That one I totally was like, at that point I was like, you're all losing me. I seriously can't find out what Portal Fantasy is. Don't tell me.
I can't. And then the last one was Mafia. And Ryan, our favorite, immediately begins his answer with, as an Italian American.
Yeah, and I was like, already voting for Mafia because I don't really know what Portal Fantasy is.
Yeah. The room had kind of cleared out too in a way where like you'd just scream and clap to vote, and like the panelists could see you really pretty clearly.
Yeah,
and they were like directly campaigning with eye contact, and like you'd feel bad if you made eye contact when you were actively not voting for one of theirs.
Yeah, that was rough. You're right. I've
But
just been
fun.
to so many open mics that I was like, sure,
Try me.
look at me. Yeah.
Look right here. My eyes are up here. Stop looking at my gorgeous tits. One of the panelists had a beautiful pair.
Molly, like, the first thing she said was like, yeah, boobs. That's it. That's BookCon for you. We enjoyed it, though.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else?
We did. Nothing. I've got nothing else to say about BookCon. What's the most romantic thing that happened to you this week?
I don't have, like, a super immediate answer, but I'm going to go with, I think last week even, I did ice cream, and I'm doing ice cream again this week. It's sort of in a similar vein, and this is a really bad one. I'm sorry. I need to work harder on finding romance next week. But I was walking to the Apple store to do fraud today, and I saw two like emo teens. Like, they were definitely brothers because I saw them again later. They were definitely brothers, and they were wearing like Vans off the wall shit. Which, like, listen, I'm saying Vans off the wall because I'm 31. I'm sure it was like something relevant to today's culture for young people, but like they were dressed like very like whatever. And they just like clearly like do emo shit, and then they were eating vanilla ice cream cones with rainbow sprinkles together, and I was like, no matter what, we all still have joy in ice cream. And yeah, that's the same one I did 2 weeks ago, but it's a different man eating an ice cream this time.
And it's brothers. We assume.
It's just like a sub-trope for me. Men eating ice cream and then brothers eating ice cream.
Totally.
Okay, your turn. What's the most romantic thing that happened to you this week?
No, totally. I don't know. The tulips. It's the tulips of Park Ave.
I love it.
We were driving up Park tonight, and we saw, they plant it real nice with all these tulips, and
they make it real nice for us up here.
And it's Siege's favorite flower, and it's my mom's favorite flower, and that means tulips hold a very special place in my heart too.
Yeah. And
they just are so beautiful. They got strong stems, big heads. We were watching them kind of bob in the wind.
Yeah, they bob. I also like how quickly they die, low key. Like, they're very like transient.
Very
but I kind of like
ephemeral
that.
flower.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like miss tulip season and you're cooked.
Yeah.
Blink and you miss out.
Which I haven't purchased any tulips yet this season because I'm never home.
Well,
I keep being like, who will mind the tulips when I leave tomorrow?
Totally. When we both get back on Thursday, we'll buy each other tulips. How about that?
I love that. Let's do it.
Okay. And then we'll have something romantic in our lives. So I guess my most romantic... like the tulips.
Oh. I thought
I
you
guess-
meant like we'd get the tulips and then have something romantic. I was like, okay.
No, but I think that rounds out my most romantic in a nice way, because otherwise it was kind of flimsy. Now my most romantic is the plan to give each other tulips as well.
The promise of future tulips.
Oh, now that's beautiful.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
Yep, and that's all she wrote.